Boujee's second session on sheep with me. So it was a nice little go around. In this session, she kind of got a little bit vocal. She was squeaking as she was trying to go around, almost like a little frustration that she couldn't catch the sheep, or that she thought the point was to catch the sheep and I wasn't letting her. So you can hear her a little bit there. So I kind of wanted to put the sheep up against the fence and basically show her that she was supposed to be holding them to me, and hopefully get rid of a little bit of frustration that way. She's blowing off a little paddle pressure, so I had to up that. So I'm just insisting that she go the way that I ask and blocking her until she complies. And she got a little confused there. She was like, okay, so you don't want me to go. Just open the door and move and make it easy for her. So see, she's splitting sheep and trying to grab and guide her around the way she doesn't want to go. I'm tapping the ground at her shoulder if she's tight. So there, she gets them under control and I can guide her around. And this time she's going to push on them. So I'm trying to tap the ground in front of her. And she reached in, basically she blew off the paddle pressure and reached in and grabbed one anyway. So here I'm going to up the pressure, and that means I am going to toss it at her. Show her that the paddle does bite, even if it's not in my hand. And I'm not going to let her go to sheep until she gives me some relief. So I want to see her stop and acknowledge that she doesn't know what to do and that she needs me to guide her around. Okay, good. So I release the pressure. Now I'm going to guide her around. Kind of using the fence here to my advantage. So again, if she doesn't stop when the sheep are under control, I'm going to up the pressure. There's a little poop eating there, so probably a little stress, trying to figure out what's going on. She's not shut down. She's still trying to get around me, so I'm just going to go side to side in front of my sheep and block her. And once I get her stopped, I'm going to guide her around the way I want her to go. So I'm not going to let her go the way she wants to go. Same thing, I had raised the paddle at her. I wanted her to stop, get the sheep under control, and she's just seeking more movement. So she's trying to get around me, which is why I up the pressure. And there, that's what I want to see. When I up the pressure, I want the dog to say, oh, sorry, what did you want? But I'm still not going to let her just flank on her own. So I'm blocking again. I'm in front of my sheep. All right, she's stopped, and I can guide her. So I'm going to start to ask for a little bit more from this dog. So as you can see, when I put the paddle at her shoulder, she just kind of takes a beeline towards the sheep. I want her to make a nice little circle around. So since she's being so pushy on everything else, I'm assuming that she can take a little bit more pressure and she can try to get these flanks a little bit more square. So I'm pushing at her shoulder to try to get her to go around nice and square. I don't want her to see the paddle or the stick or pressure from me and just dart around it. So here I am putting pressure on her shoulder. And she's just not sure what that means yet. So it was a little bit better. She still went pretty straight on, but she arced around. So now that I'm going to ask for more, I should be able to get a little bit more from her. So see how she's a little bit wider? And I think at this point she had settled in some. I'm not making a big deal out of the split. Just going to make her go back and get it. And she does. See how much wider she is. And with a little bit of pressure there, I was able to get her stopped. It's a good second session.